How do I prepare for firing a client? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's July 16th, 2017, 2:36 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales, perfect day to talk about sales training, and a perfect day to talk about letting a client go. Now, here's the thing. You're going to sit down with a buyer, and not everybody should or could be your client. There's going to be people who are not a good fit. Now, I remember back in the days that I would go to somebody's house when I was doing in-home sales, and that person would say the word lawsuit one too many times for me to be comfortable. If they said, hey, Scott, we had a problem with XYZ company and had to sue them in order to fix the problem, that's one thing, okay? That's a general conversation. But if they bring it up consistently over and over and over again, got a little bit of a problem with that. So you, as a salesperson, this will really help you out. What are you going to say when it's time for you to gracefully bow out of a sales call and say, I'm not your guy, I'm not your girl, we're not your company, we're not your people, right? And the reason why you want to practice this is if you don't know what to say and you don't know what to do, you are going to fumble all over the place, and it's going to create some problems for you, okay? So I'm going to give you my script. You can change it based upon your personality and the things that you would say and the things that you would do. And I'd say, Mr. Client, Mr. Buyer, at this point, based upon my parameters of looking for a client, we're not a good fit. It's a good idea for you to find somebody else, okay? So based upon my parameters of what we look for in a client, you're not a good fit. It's a good idea for you to go find somebody else. Just really straightforward. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand, and this is super important. When you reject somebody before they get a chance to reject you, they usually get pretty upset. Okay, so you've got one or two things that are going to happen. That buyer is going to apologize, and they're going to say, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I did to offend you. This is about 25% of the population that I've dealt with, okay? And then the other 75% is just going to get livid, mad, and angry, and this is why you got to practice this. And they're going to say, you can't fire me. I'm the one who's going to fire you. And you got to know that if that happens, your gut instinct was right. Your gut instinct told you, hey, there's a problem here. There's a reason why I should hit the eject button. Right? I think of fighter pilots just flying through the air, and then something goes wrong, and they hit eject, and get the noise, and they're gone. Well, sometimes that happens with you too, but there is a hidden danger in this. And the thing is every time that you bounce out of a call for whatever reason, they're not a good fit, they don't have the money, they just didn't qualify, and you're like, peace out, I'm gone. It makes it easier for the next time. So you have to mentally prepare yourself after it's done and say, hey, look, I'm not going to keep bouncing out of calls. I'm not going to keep jumping out of the call because it could lead to sales sabotage and it could create some problems for you. But you should absolutely prepare for that difficult client when you're going to have the tough conversation and say, hey, look, based upon the parameters that I have for looking and dealing with clients, we're not a good fit. Maybe you should go find somebody else, right? Practice it because you're going to want to say it with a little bit of empathy. You're going to be amped up. You're going to have some endorphins going when you tell people this, and if you say it wrong, it's going to come out wrong. You want to make sure to practice this a few times. Practice ejecting out of a sales call. It's super important. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That would be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.